Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Una and I'm the founding pediatrician of Ivy League Pediatrics and your partner in raising great kids on the inside and the outside. Now it's that time of the year again, it's nice, it's warm, everybody's outside, but along with that comes the sun, and along with the sun comes ultraviolet rays, and that is the #1 cause of skin cancer. So today we're going to be talking about sun safety. What do I need to do to protect my kids' skin over the summer? Now, everything I'm going to be talking about today is based on the recommendations of the American Academy of Pediatrics. So it is evidence-based and it is considered the standard of care. So first of all, we're going to look at the kids who are 6 months and under. Our #1 priority for these kids is just to keep them away from direct contact with the sun. Now, that could mean keeping them indoors at certain times of the day, and we'll talk about that a little later. Or that may just mean when they are outside, they have as much of their skin covered as possible with clothing. It could be lightweight, but you want most of their skin covered. Using wide-brimmed hats to protect their face, their neck, their upper back, and all of that. Or it could mean they're in strollers, but the strollers with a canopy, so there's no direct sunlight. So by all means, take them outside, but protect their skin. The recommendations have changed over the years. So if you can't avoid taking them out in the sun, you can use a little amount of sunscreen. And we'll go over what kind of sunscreen in a little bit. If your kids are over 6 months, then there are two different things you want to do. One is like with the babies, you want to prevent their skin from direct contact with the sun. So again, your wide-brimmed hats, you want to keep as much of their skin covered as possible. Now you will use clothing that is lightweight. You will use clothing that's tightly woven fabric. Cotton will be fine either way. So you want to cover as much of their skin as possible. You want them to wear the wide-brimmed hats. You want them to have sunglasses on, and sunglasses that will say UV protection. Now, other than that, the other thing you want to do is the sunscreen. And there's a lot of confusion as to what sunscreen to use. If you go to the stores, there's like a million different ones. So these are the things to look out for. #1, your sunscreen should say SPF 15 or higher. Now after 50, 50, doesn't really matter anymore, but it should be at least 15, 15. Second, it should say water resistant. Third, it should say broad spectrum, which means it covers both types of UV rays, your UVA and your UVB. Fourth is, you're going to look at the ingredients. There is an ingredient that is known to have or suspected to have hormonal properties. It's called oxybenzone. You want to make sure that is not present in the sunscreen that you are picking out for your child. So the mechanical protection and the sunscreen for your kids that are over 6 months. A couple of other things to bear in mind. One is that the sunscreen does take time to work. So you want to apply it 30 minutes before it's time to go outside or be exposed to the sun. And two is that it will need to be reapplied every 2 hours. It will need to be reapplied if your child went into the swimming pool and toweled themselves dry. So there is that need to reapply it. So these are just some tips to keep your kids' skin safe over the summer, if I can use that phrase. And thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Dr. Una, the founding pediatrician of Ivy League Pediatrics and your partner in raising great kids on the inside of the outside.